The Grey Man does whatever a Grey Man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hey everybody, it's me again, the Grey Man. This is just a random video, completely off the top of my head. I wanted to talk about Stars and Stripes, which is a really cool comic. It's a comic I think will be really good for kids actually. And if there was like any competition going on about, you know, suggesting, you know, comics to kids, comics that kids would like, you know, say there was a competition going on, which there might be, maybe there is, maybe there isn't, and the person whose competition it was didn't want to really be talking about it or be tagged in it or anything like that. But you know, just thought I'd mention it anyway. But if there was to be doing a competition that talked about comics that kids would like, this would be the comic that I would talk about, Stars and Stripes. It features Star Spangled Kid, who later becomes Stargirl, and she's a bit of a legacy hero from the Justice Society of America. Now it started off, let's see if I can get this right, there were, I think it was the Seven Soldiers of Victory, there was a Star Spangled Kid in that, and I think he had a not a hench, but a sidekick called Stripesy at the time. I can't remember now, but then many years later, the Star Spangled, I think Stripesy disappears in some cosmic battle that happened. He got lost in time, and when he comes back, he's now younger than the person who was originally his sidekick. I can't remember what it is now. And but anyway, that's some backstory. Doesn't really help me. If you like know the Infinity Inc. Star Spangled Kid, Sylvester Pemberton, he was in that for a while. I think he got killed though. But anyway, right. So anyway, Stripesy grows up and becomes the stepfather of, I can't remember the name of the character now, but the girl who is the Star Spangled Kid, I can't remember, I should look that up. I was so busy trying to find these comics because I was desperately trying to get the whole run together, and I finally managed to get 9 and 10, which I had so much difficulty getting. Number 9 especially. Number 9, I was going on eBay every day searching, no luck at all. I had it on request on mycomicshop.com. No, it never came into the shop, it never was there. And this is a company that has loads of comics, get loads of stuff up, and so I was really like blowing my mind out I couldn't get hold of it. I nearly did a video sort of saying if anyone can find this comic for me, I'll give them $10 for it. I eventually found it just before Christmas in this new shop that I went into, and it was like only £1.50. Really not like an expensive comic or a rare, I don't know why it's rare. It hasn't got any important characters in it, no that first appearances or anything like that. It does tell you the story of the Seven Soldiers of Victory though. So there's Stripesy, who when he comes back from being lost in time, he becomes Stripe, who's like an armoured guy. I'm not sure if STRIP, which is his name, actually stands for anything. It probably does, otherwise it wouldn't have the dots in it. But he basically wears a robot kind of suit, and he sort of supports the Star. There she is. I can't remember her name now. It's really annoying me. I wish I'd looked that up before I started. So it's Cassie or something like that. No, it can't be. Is it Cassie? I only read these the other day as well. That's so annoying that I can't remember. But anyway, let me talk about it. So I think this will appeal to children because it's got nice, the art is nice. It's not like, there he is, she's Star Spangled Kid, and she becomes Stargirl later on, and Stripesy, or Stripe rather. But yeah, and it's just a cool, fun book actually. She you know, I think it'll appeal to kids because she's still at school. A lot of the stuff is, remembers the old Spider-Man when Spider-Man was still a schoolboy, and you know, she's just a feisty, go-getting girl, and she, you know, girl power and all that kind of thing. And I just think it's just cool because it's one of those comics. It's not too heavy. It's not too graphic with violence or anything like that. Obviously, there's some good fisticuffs going on where she defeats the enemies. But yeah, it's just a cool comic, really. It's generally overall cool, and it's a nice, interesting read. It's not one that you does your head in or anything like that. Not one you have to overthink about to work out what's going on. Let me just show you all the covers anyway. And I mean, it's been a long time since I've read them now. I've read these two recently because it took me ages to actually get hold of them. But now I have the full run of Stars and Stripes. So let me just show you the covers. Right, now in no way, right, if this is a competition that I'm not entering because there isn't a competition, though there is a competition, secretly, apparently, because this person doesn't need any more subs or anything like that, because they've got enough people on subbing their channels already. But if there was a competition, apparently there would be, possibly, if there was a competition, an element of like small children like deciding who the third prize winner is going to be like chosen by like the two I can't remember what his daughter's names are. Oh, but they're not. I'm doing a competition, but I don't want to influence them in any way or form or anything like that. So anyway, here's the comics. Oh wow! Look, I've been joined by my teddy bears. They seem to have just joined me for this showing off of this comic book. Oh wow! What a complete coincidence! I didn't realise you guys were here. Hi guys, this is Rattle Ted. He's a headbanger, and you can hear when he shakes his head, there's a bell in his ear that rattles. So that's Rattle Ted. He's a headbanger. This waistcoat that Rattle Ted is wearing, I used to wear this when I was a kid. My mum sewed it onto Rattle Ted for me when I grew out of it many years ago. I couldn't even fit that on my head nowadays, let alone on my body. It's a little lion. This was my most recent buy. He's a little plushy Cthulhu. This guy here is called Croco Smile because he's a crocodile who has a lovely smile. So he's Croco Smile. Here's a little doggy, and here's my little frog. I like my little froggy because he's got frogs on his tie. But yeah, my little froggy. But anyway, I don't know what these guys are doing here. There's no way of shape or form meant to influence people who might be choosing who wins. But so here's I'll let Croco Smile hold those. Can you hold those? Oh, I'll let. There you go, Rattle Ted. If you can just hold on to that for me. So that's number 0. Let's see if meet DC's newest star, Stars and Stripes 0. They're not very good at holding comics up, unfortunately. But we'll do our best. Got a bit of glare there. Right, so there's Stars and Stripes 0. Here's number 1. First, it's a bottom kicking first issue. I'm not sure if we could say words like "but" to small children. Yeah, but I'll move on quickly. Right. Colourful villains. Look, fighting some alien-looking people there, or people in green suits. Is it Cobra possibly? And then there's this strange someone called Paintball. I say it's a heck of a long time since I read these, so I don't remember them. Right, number 3. Hey, you, the stars in your bug eyes. Introducing Skeeter. Skeeter's like a mosquito, basically, I believe. Right, then they team up with the power of Shazam. Shazam, there's going to be a movie coming soon, isn't there, with Shazam? Is it called Shazam? I think it's going to be called Shazam. And he's like a young boy who says the magic word, Shazam! And he turns into having all kinds of superpowers to rival the super powers of Superman. Basically, he's got some lots of power. Right, then we have Young Justice. They're another cool team of children with superpowers who fight for justice. So that's Young Justice. Make their mark on Young Justice. She's a member now of the Justice Society of America, because she's a legacy hero, because there was a Starman already in the Justice Society of America, and she was Star Spangled Kid to start off with, but he gives her his Star Staff, which gives her extra powers. I had this strange feeling we're being turned into aliens. I hate when that happens. The Outer Space Feeling, guest starring Young Justice. So you can see quite a fun cover there. So yeah, they're funny, they've got action, they've got cool characters. Right, the shocking showdown. Star Spangled Kid versus Shiv. Okay, she's still called Star Spangled Kid at the moment. Eventually she does become Stargirl. And I believe there's going to be a TV show on the DC network. Apparently there's a Stars, I think it's just Stargirl. I don't think it's Stars and Stripe. It would be nice if it was Stars and Stripe. I dare say he'll turn up, because that's her stepdad. There you go, so Stars and Stripe. Crisis Mode. Right, then I think that was number 8. Right, so then we've got the new ones I picked up. This one recounts the story of the 7 Soldiers of Victory. Stepfather Stripe, or Stripes as he used to be known back in the day, which is that guy there. He tells them what happened, how comes even though he was still around in World War II kind of time, as a teenager, how he's still around nowadays. I can't remember now if he was the older of the partnership, because either he was the sidekick to the Star Spangled Kid, or It was the other way around, I can't remember now, but he gets lost in time anyway, and he comes back, and that's why he's still around and alive and relatively young in the modern day kind of thing. But yeah, this is a pretty cool story, pretty cool comic, that one. Alright, and number 10, there's some evil scientist who's grabbing hold of school kids and doing experiments on them, and she gets captured by him. I think she lets herself get captured, but then she's obviously able to escape, because that's what superheroes do. Fortunately, that's why we like them. It's not a very long run either, but I would say I think it's fairly easy to get hold of. Other than that number 9, which I had the devil's own job of getting hold of, the rest of them are pretty easy to get hold of. Although I think Stars and Stripes Zero is quite expensive. I've seen it go for $20, $30, online, sometimes more. But yeah, and I think that's her first appearance. It may actually be a key now because. So I think it's her first appearance, and unless she's getting a TV show, it may be that one's going to start costing a lot more money. Stars and Stripes 12, side by side for the last time, question mark, exclamation mark, what's going on there then? And then the next one is Stars versus Stripe. What's going on here? A little bit of teenage angst maybe, and somehow she's got into a fight with her stepdad. I'm not too sure what's happening there. And then the very last one, number 14, Forward into Forever, Stars and Stripe. I'm not sure if she's still. I think she's Stargirl by now. You don't see her with the Star Staff, or the Star Rod, I think it's called, which is eventually she was given to her by Starman. But yeah, she's not. I don't think she's a direct relative of Starman at all. Courtney, her name is. I just remembered Courtney something or other. It doesn't tell me on the first page. I remember her first name is Courtney, but I can't remember what her surname is. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a cool comic. It's got action. It's got a feisty young female hero dealing with real-world school stuff as well as fantastical enemies. And yeah, basically, it's a jolly good read. Fairly well available, I think, still, even though it's from 2000. So it's like 18 years ago now. Wow! Long time ago. But anyway, that's it. That's my entry to this, not competition, but kind of a competition. But I'm not sure if it's a competition or not. But anyway, look at my teddy bears. Wow! What awesome teddy bears they are. Wow! Aren't they cute? Wow! Not trying to curry favour or anything. So that's my competition entry for this competition, which kind of isn't a competition, but is a competition, I don't know. What's that? What's that you said? You say, I hope I win? I hope I win too. Say goodbye, Mr. whatever your name is, Mr. Squeagles. Bye-bye. Oh dear.